Good morning. It is Wednesday, July 26th. I am, as you can tell, walking downhill today. So today I either have to run 2.5 or 3.5 miles. So we'll see how I'm feeling. It's just after 6:30, so I definitely have the time. I have to be home by 7:30 so I can get Lottie ready to go to camp. And then this week's camp theme is nature. So she made a flower out of paper plate yesterday. Now she wants to make like 1,000,000 flowers out of paper plates, and now I gotta find paper plates because we're gonna use paper plates. They're mostly in my classroom, so we'll see how that goes. Eleanor has tutu school again. It's actually her regular classes now Wednesdays. Sundays was just her like trial class to see if she can manage it with if she was mature enough to manage tutu school and if she enjoyed it, and she absolutely loved it. So we're going again today. I mentioned tutu to her sister, and the next thing I know, Eleanor's in her room digging through her drawer, comes running out with her pink tutu ready to do her lesson. She's one of those kids with a lot of receptive language, so she'll hear something that I'm not saying to her, and the next thing I know, she's got the thing that she needs to do the thing. So, which is kind of hilarious, but really upsetting for her when tutu school was not yesterday and it's today, and she's had to wait an entire day with her tutu on her bed. And now normally I would just let her wear the tutu, but it's the only clean one right now, so I can't let her wear. I couldn't let her wear it yesterday because she's kind of scrubby and she would have gotten it dirty, and then it would have been a whole laundry thing. And yeah. So I finished my Freckled Whimsies socks yesterday. So you would have seen the finished object video of them in yesterday's vlog. No, I actually finished it the day before, but then I took the video yesterday. I am currently blocking my dust of snow, so you'll see that at the beginning of this vlog, and then I'll probably post finished object pictures on Instagram. So 2 huge projects off the needles. All the Cozy Memories is currently on hold while I wait for enough scraps. So that one will kind of be sporadic as I finish projects. My Battenberg is continuing on. I have 4 colors left of DK scraps, which should last me until I either knit something with DK or my sister comes to visit and gives me more DK. And guess what? I still don't know the date because I forgot to look at the calendar. Last night she was texting me and she's sending me quotes from the vlog that she thinks are funny. She wants me to say, and she's right, that crochet rhymes with sleigh. It also rhymes with che. But I don't know how to make that a phrase like knitting kitten. Slaying and crocheting? Nah, it's not as strong. All right, comment if you got a strong crochet phrase. My Vesuvius, I did the neckline on it. The neckline's still decently wide, but I also have pretty narrow shoulders. And I'm not that worried about it because it's going to go over a dress or something of the sort. However, I weighed my yarn with my scale that I found, and I only have 50 grams of yarn left, which is a problem. I have both sleeves and the body splits and the edging to do with 50 grams. So I'm going to do the sleeves, and I'm going to weigh the yarn to see how much I have for the sleeves. The neckline took like 6 grams, which was way more than I thought the neckline was going to take with crochet, so I'm not that great at estimating. So 6 grams for the neckline. I'm thinking 5 or 6 grams for each sleeve. They're pretty short sleeves like these. They're like capped. 5 or 6 grams for the sleeves. So that leaves me with about 40 grams. And then I have edging, so I think I need to pull out 10 grams for the edging. So that leaves me with 30 grams. And then I'm just going to split them evenly for the back and the front, I guess. Or maybe I'll try and get to the length that I need because I'm still crocheting in the body. And then maybe I'll just do a shorter hem split. I don't know. But I think I only have like 30 grams left for the length of the body, which is probably like 2 rows. It's going to be a whole thing. It's going to be a whole yarn chicken thing. And no, I cannot get more yarn because I got this yarn on sale. from Pearly Girls when they were closing. So yeah, and it's like it's a super old colorway, so I know the dye, what's it called, the dye lots won't match, and I'm not going back and doing helical crocheting, alternating crochet, whatever. I'm not going back. So it's fine. It falls in a decent place. I don't think you can see it. It falls like right here right now, so it's not the worst because I'm wearing it with a dress. So if I can get a little bit more length, my goal is to make it to my belly button. There's only about 5 inches. Let me see. No, there's only about 3 inches for me between the end of my rib cage and the start of my hip bones. Like I said, I'm very short-waisted. So it should be okay. And maybe I'll just have bad posture when I wear the dress, when I wear it. So then like I can press the space between my rib cage and my hips. Sometimes, yeah, that'll work, right? Sometimes I just say things just to make my sister laugh because I know she watches this and truly she knows I'll actually do it. Like I'll stand hunched in pictures. Anyway, I digress and I need to go running. So I shall see you all later today. Again, I will try and catch more footage of Lenny Len's at tutu school, but it's parent taught and there's other kids. So gotta, you know, protect the children's privacies. All right, see y'all later. So I planned to run the 2.5 miles. Thought it would be great if I ran the 3.5. I ran the 3.5, as evidenced by the sweaty face and heavy breathing. However, I thought I had a straight route home. I did not have a straight route home because what looked like the trail connected to a road, yeah, it's not. The road is an overpass over the trail, so they do not connect. The trail that I thought I had doesn't connect to a road for 5 more miles, so I wasn't doing that. So I had to double back the entire trail, which was challenging because it's a slight downhill going towards what I thought was the road, and it's a slight uphill going all the way back to the trailhead. So I'm barely making it home at 7:30. I'm walking up my tall hill, and man, I am tired, but thought you would enjoy seeing what actually happens on my run. I don't even run that fast. I run like 12.5-minute miles. I'm just tired. Anyway, see you later. Okay, so I have a bunch of afternoon chores, which is not my preferred time to do chores. I do the majority of my chores in the afternoon, but Daniel ran the dishwasher before he went to work, so now the dishwasher's dry. And I started the laundry before I took the girls out for the day, so now the laundry is done. So I have a bunch of afternoon chores. So I think I'm going to do a chore crochet-a-row situation in an attempt to finish the chores as well as do something that I would rather do, because I don't like to do afternoon chores. Morning chores is where it's at, because then I feel like it's fine for the rest of the day. I don't know. Tell me, comment below. Are you an afternoon chore person, an evening chore person, a morning chore person, or you like doing chores. I mean, I don't like doing chores at all, but what is your preferred time to do chores? Okay, so we are making tonight for dinner Gabz's not at all famous Italian sausage cream sauce, which Lenny absolutely loves. I found a recipe for this online during the pandemic, so this was 2020, but I've ended up severely modifying it since then because I was breastfeeding Lonnie in 2020. Yes, dear. I was breastfeeding Lottie in 2020, and I thought that eating dairy was making her sick, which now in hindsight makes none sense because what I eat, right, doesn't go, it's not like a feeding tube from my mouth to my boobs, right? That makes none sense. Everything turns into glucose, and it's just, and breast milk is made through blood, but whatever. New mom, sleep deprived, I thought dairy was making her sick. Turns out I had an oversupply and I was just feeding her too much, and that's what was making her sick. But the more you know. So I made this recipe with very little dairy. It called for heavy cream, but then I ended up needing to adapt it to not have heavy cream. So that's what we're making today. I'll post the recipe if I get it together below, but that is, ooh, little hang. That is what we are making today. It comes with, it's garlic, Italian sausage, butter, flour, and chicken stock, and Parmesan cheese, which again, I know makes no sense with my no dairy thing that I was doing, but you can't blame past Gabz because pandemic was a weird time. We weren't making sourdough like everybody else, but I probably should have been making sourdough. Maybe that would have made more sense to me with my cooking. But that's what I'm making. I will take you along with us on our cooking. Putting the cheese in, I didn't measure. I never do. I'm measuring with my heart, which is honestly how I measured this whole thing. I only measured because I'm going to type up the recipe. I don't usually measure anything. I do what feels right. I do not salt it, and I don't put pepper in it because the Italian sausage has a bunch of seasoning on its own. But if you decide to make this, you can do whatever the heck you want because, you know, it's your sauce. I like a thicker sauce. It's almost like soup. That's just how I like my sauce. If you like a less thick sauce, add more, what's it called? Add more chicken stock. Add some milk if you want. I think I added some water this time. Do what you want. It's a little bit like Italian sausage hamburger helper. I'm about to frog this crocheted sock and turn it into a knit sock. Well, that's the wrong side, but yes, it's gonna turn into a knit sock in 2 days. Ready to go.